A very good evening. You're watching News 9 Facebook Live with me, Adarsh Vepachedu. A healthy body and a robust immunity have, in a sense, become key words this pandemic, especially with the vaccine still months away. True is the saying that goes, immunity is the best weapon against the virus more than a vaccine. This is the reason that intake of certain foods rich in certain nutrients has increased considerably, and people are adapting to a healthier lifestyle in general. While we have heard a lot about the role of vitamin C and D, the kind of role they've played in saving us from the coronavirus, there is one more new nutrient that has now come into the picture. A Spanish study has suggested that levels of zinc in your body can significantly affect your risk of death due to COVID-19. The researchers have also said that lower zinc levels at admission correlate with higher inflammation in the course of infection and eventually a poorer outcome. So could zinc indeed be playing an important role in COVID-related deaths? What are the zinc-rich foods we can include in our diet to better equip ourselves against the coronavirus? To tell us all this and more, we have with us infectious diseases physician and expert, Dr. Trupti Gilada, joining us live from Mumbai. Many thanks, Dr. Trupti, for speaking to us, for taking time out. At the outset, what do you think about this new study? Could there be a connection between levels of zinc in the blood to death due to COVID-19? And how important a role does zinc really play in overall immunity building with or without coronavirus?
So there are two important things to this study. The first important thing that we really want to see is that this study that was conducted is a retrospective study.
Okay.
Whenever we say retrospective, it's on patients who've already had COVID, have survived it, or have died due to COVID. So retrospective studies always point towards something that needs to be studied in further detail in future. So zinc is definitely very important for immunity. In fact, that's one of the most important roles of zinc that we've known in human body. So talking about zinc, it's important for both antibody formation and for cell-mediated immunity in the body. And it's not just important for viruses, but for immunity in general, whether it's against bacteria or other parasites. Having said that, we still aren't sure if it really has that much effect on deaths due to COVID.
Okay, but how does it really relate to the infection that we were talking about, the inflammation that the researchers were pointing out? What's the overall relation between zinc, low levels of zinc, and higher inflammation observed in a few patients?
Yeah, so zinc might have multiple roles in this disease. So good levels of zinc offer good immunity, which means that people might be lesser susceptible to getting COVID. And once having COVID, good zinc levels might prevent complicated COVID. But that's like a superlative thing to say about zinc. We still don't know if zinc really plays that big a role in decreasing deaths. What will be needed to actually prove that is something called as randomized control trials.
Okay.
But zinc is just present in so many food items that we really shouldn't worry about a lot of people being deficient to zinc.
In fact, I was just coming to that. You could tell us, for the benefit of our viewers, a few zinc-rich foods that we can definitely include in our diet, and whether different age groups need a different amount of it.
So with most nutrients, different age groups always need different amounts. But the group that needs zinc in the highest quantity is pregnant ladies, breastfeeding mothers, and kids. For most other people, the zinc requirement remains almost the same.
Okay.
But what's more important to understand is zinc is pretty much present in a lot of food items that we eat. For example, in cereals, in wheat, in pulses that we have, in nuts. For people who eat meat, it's present in meat and in fish, seafood in general. So if you see, it's pretty much present in a lot of food items. So in the last few months of the pandemic, we've actually seen people started consuming a lot of oral zinc tablets or zinc capsules which are available over the counter. We would rather have them receive this nutrient from food and not hoard or over consume these tablets.
So no supplements is your word. It's all there in the daily food items that we consume. So might as well just continue doing that. Many thanks, Dr. Trupti, for joining us and for shedding light on the new research coming in as to how zinc has been, in a sense, correlated to a higher risk of death in a certain number of patients. So there you have it. Leave nothing to chance. Ensure we are taking good care of our bodies to keep coronavirus at bay. Eat a lot of legumes, nuts and seeds, dairy, even eggs. And yes, finish your meal with a piece of dark chocolate as a dessert. All of these items contain a lot of zinc. If you like the information that we've shared with you this evening, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to News9 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Many thanks for joining us.